It's Monday night's football under the lights. Southampton under-23s back in action tonight at Staplewood. Leicester City, the opponents. Saints certainly need a win. That will certainly boost some confidence against a Leicester side really flying high in the table at the moment. They are in second place in the PL2 Division 1. Should be a good night tonight. It's Southampton against Leicester, and it comes live from the Saints training ground. And a very good evening. I'm Ian Wilding. We're here on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. And the big news today is that man starts for Southampton. There's a start for Oriol Romeu in the middle, and also another really senior player in that side, Che Adams, also starts up front. So it'd be good to see you in action tonight, and what's a very young-looking side anyway. But with the experience of Romeu in that middle of the park, it will no doubt help the youngsters no end. So here's a team in 4-4 Southampton. It's Harry Lewis in goal, a back four of Kapoma, Cameron Ledwidge, Alan Chapachet and Jake Vokins, a midfield four of Jacob Maddox and Will Ferry out wide, Jankovic and Romeu in the middle, and Nlundulu up front with Che Adams. The substitutes for Saints: Sam Bailey, goalkeeper Tommy Scott, Kegs Chalk, Nathan Teller and Enzo Rabis. So here we go then. Let's see what tonight has in store on what is a freezing cold night here. Let's see if this match warms up here today. A free kick over on that far left-hand side then to Leicester, who've got Johansson in goal, a back four of Campbell, Hughes, Ogalumba and Thomas, Lashabello and James in the middle, and Apaya, Wright and Regba playing just off their main man, George Hurst, up front. And here is Leicester City with Daly Campbell. And already Mayu straight into the action, and it goes out for a throw for Leicester City. Well, these two sides met earlier on in the season in the league, and Leicester were resounding winners then. They won by 3-0. But Leicester kick it long out towards the far left. It's headed on that time from Cameron Ledwidge, and it goes out for a throw for the Foxes. So Saints looking to get back to winning ways tonight. Thomas to take the throw. Get it on again from Romeu. On back from Callum Wright. Kapoma forward. And Jacob Maddox lets it go, and it's a throw for Southampton. Jacob Maddox, who's only recently arrived on loan from Chelsea, came in to those under-23 side a few weeks ago against Wolves. Loan spells for Tranmere and Cheltenham as well. Let's see what he can do tonight. Here is Callum Wright out towards the left. One back there from Kapoma. Here's Jankovic to Romeu. Romeu, decent ball. Another player who's had first team experience, Jake Vokins. Here's Apaya for Leicester. One back from Vokins, Leicester clear up past the halfway line. Inside the first 3 minutes, headed on again from Hurst. And it's Ledwidge on the floor. So the Leicester senior side certainly flying high in the Premier League. Still third, but suffered a setback on Friday night with that defeat at Norwich. But the under-23s are doing really well themselves. So just going to receive a little bit of treatment there down there. Cameron Ledwidge. Saints getting back to winning ways a few weeks ago against Wolves. It moved them a few points away from Wolves in the table into 11th. A win tonight for Saints could move them level on points with 10th place Spurs. Cameron Ledwidge who's done well for the under-23s this season since coming up through from the under-18s. Signed his professional contract, his first one, nearly 2 years ago now. So an early stoppage in this game inside the first 4 minutes. Southampton under-23s against Leicester tonight. Referee tonight is Paul Howard. And Japachet out towards the right. Forward to Adams. Cossum Ferry. Headed on from Apaya, one back from Romeu. Maddox. Pass from Japachet to the right, here he is again. Ball down well from Adams. Here's Maddox. Forward from Luke Thomas. Vokins forward. Here's Nlundulu back in the side tonight as well. Suffered from injury recently, but certainly a really decent striker up there, real presence up front. And he certainly knows where the back of the net is, that's for sure. Vokins with a throw. Forward from Harry Lewis. Vokins. Ledwidge. Back to Harry Lewis. Vokins. Back from Sam Hughes, who actually had a couple of years at Chester in the National League before making the move to Leicester City. Only 22 years of age, out towards the right. Southampton forward, but it goes back towards Ogalumba. And Maddox to the right-hand side. Free kick, and Saints win it. So, no complaints there. Foul from Leshabella, free kick to Southampton. And Ledwidge out towards the left. Here's Japachet. Too far for Vokins, too far for Nlundulu as well. It comes back to the goalkeeper, the Swede, Victor Johansson. There's a foul, and Leicester City this time win the free kick. Well, Saints have picked up 4 wins in the league this season, 2 at home, 2 away. Actually, their first win came on the opening day back in August, that dramatic 4-3 win against Manchester City. And they've gone, like I say, 2 home wins, 2 away wins. That's in the league, but a free kick for Leicester, forward from Sam Hughes. Away from Jankovic. Nlundulu tries to get in on the action, but it's cleared that time from Ogalumba. Just the one Leicester change tonight as well since their last game, when they beat Spurs by 3-2. Ledwidge, and here's Japachet for Saints. He's got Jankovic to his left. Headed on that time from Ogalumba, and this is an opportunity here. It's Hurst, hits it pretty well with his left foot. Good save there from Harry Lewis. First shot on target of the game. It's come for the away side. They'll get another chance here. Here's Regbutt. Forward from Ledwidge. Saints looking for the quick breakaway. Che Adams out to the right. Free kick, throw this time for Saints. Let's have another look at that one again. It was fed through really well from Regbutt. And then George Hurst. It was Lewis with a save. Jake Vokins gives the ball away. Here comes Saints again. Adams nearly in there. Comes off Vokins via the Leicester player, Josh Appiah. So it's a throw for Southampton. Vokins back to Chapacha. Forward again, Harry Lewis. Headed out of play, throw which Kapoma was going to take for Saints. So 0-0 here then. So the first shot on goal came for Leicester a couple of minutes ago. It was on the angle, George Hurst with the shot. And that has been the only attempt so far, has come for the away side. Fed through again from Regbutt. And again, like I say, the angle, he had a man to his right, that was Lesheba, but went for the left-footed shot. But in the meantime, here comes Southampton. And it's a shot in the end, a bit weak in the end from Alundaloo. And it goes back to the goalkeeper, Victor Johansson. Well, it's been generally, Southampton have generally grown into games this season. Sort of as the matches wore on, they've got stronger and stronger. Just 4% of their goals have come in the first 15 minutes this season. There's been quite cagey affairs. And here are Leicester on the ball, Sam Hughes. Here he is again. Another long ball. George Hurst gets there, infield, right at the penalty area. Appiah. One back, good play, Vokins. Che Adams. Asked a few questions, but in the end, Johansson's there to clear under a little bit of pressure from Jacob Maddox. Decent run from Regbutt. Saints deal with it, and they've got the ball over on the right hand side. Kapoma forward, back to Ledwidge. Che Adams shrugged off the ball that time. Matt James, who's the most experienced player on the pitch for Leicester. Matt James, over 100 appearances in a Leicester City shirt. Arriving from Manchester United back in 2012. Here come Leicester again. Tell their game plan, Leicester, looking for those balls over the top. My goodness me, that's a late challenge. It's going to be a yellow card here for a foul on Will Ferry. Well, it was certainly late. Referee, no hesitation to give the yellow card here for Vontae Daly-Campbell. He was actually playing on the wing in their last game, but playing as a fullback tonight, and he can have no complaints at all about that yellow card. Played across from Jankovic, and that was extremely late there on Will Ferry. Well, looks more and more late the more you look at it, but just the yellow card this time. Came at him at real pace there, that's for sure. So we've had a couple of stoppages now then. That for that foul on Will Ferry. We also had it inside the first couple of minutes for a tackle there on Cameron Ledwidge, who now back onto his feet. So it's a fairly slow start to this one as a result. But like I say, that one chance for Leicester, who You can tell, as I say, their game plan so far, 2 or 3 balls over the top. So far, Saints have dealt with it, and that man has made the only save of the game so far. And again, that was the shot save from Harry Lewis. So it was fed through from Regbutt. This is match number 18 of the season in the league out of 22 for both of these sides. Saints looking to climb up the table. Leicester still have a chance of winning the title themselves. They're only 3 points off the leaders Chelsea. So Ferry looked like he's really struggling down there. The substitutes for Saints then, as well as goalkeeper Tommy Scott, Sam Bailey, Kirks Chalk, Nathan Teller and Enzo Rabis. And it might give David Horseman something to think about here. Could well be Rabis or Teller coming on here. It may well be Teller. Those are the two you would look at. It's going to be Rabis. So again, concerning for Ferry for that tackle earlier on. It was the tackle from Daley Campbell who went into the book in the end, just a yellow card, but it was very, very late indeed. And that is going to be the end of Will Ferry's night. Well, concern there for Will Ferry, fingers crossed. He's not out for too long. Romeu. Here's Regbutt, gives it away, and it's back from Kapoma. Adams. Lundulu. Jankovic. That's better from Southampton. Decent football. Here's Vokins. Romeu. Jankovic. No foul given. Forward from Daley Campbell. Straight back inside the Saints half. It's back from Ledwidge. Here's Romeu. Patchett with the ball is Adams. One back there from Sam Hughes. Back to Harry Lewis. Nil-nil here then at Saints training ground. Under 23s football, Southampton SC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Goalless between Saints under 23s and Leicester, but it could change here. Here come Leicester. Here's a Apaya. And it's won back well in the end from Jankovic. Luke Thomas. It's actually been compared, the left back, to Chilwell, Leicester City, out towards the right hand side. Here's Daley Campbell, and it's too far in the end from Regbutt. And I can say Luke Thomas there that time, touch too heavy, and it's a goal kick. Yeah, a few people at Leicester City have been comparing him to Chilwell. Thomas, certainly big things expected of him, and Saints making the substitution. As we thought, Enzo Rabis is the man who comes on. Will Ferry's evening unfortunately is over after that very late challenge there, to say the least, from Daley Campbell. Just a yellow card in the end, just over 18 minutes gone. Still waiting for the deadlock to be broken in the early stages of this game. Lewis up towards Adams, heads it on though from Leicester. Here's Apaya. Out from James. Apaya plays it back. Good play that was, very good trickery there from the Swiss midfielder. Jankovic to the left and Vokins. Good play there. Shrugged his man off the ball really well. Adams out towards the right. Here's Kapoma. Tackle from Regba. So it's Kapoma to take the throw. Another player who's slotted seamlessly into the under-23s as he did for the under-18s. The fullback throws it in. Here he is again. One back this time is Leshabella. Good run from Matt James. Rabis. Good play here. Maddox got two on the left. Here's Nlundulu. Nice 1-2. Rabis just in the end let it down that final touch. It was the right idea. But that final ball, playing some decent football in that final third at times. Saints a couple of times, but that time the move broke down. Ogalumba. Well, Leicester could take advantage here. Vital last minute challenge there from Vokins. There was a Paya coming forward, but he couldn't find the finish. And now, another player in a spot of bother for Southampton. This is frustrating and concerning for Saints at the same time. Chapachet now on the floor. Just 3 minutes after Ferry was coming off injured. Might see the introduction of young Sam Bailey, potentially. So again, I think we're going to have a fair few minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. I think we could be heading for 5 or 6 at this rate. Sam Bailey looks like the option to come on, but hopefully he'll be okay. Back onto his feet, which is good to see. But Bailey is the one who's readying himself just in case. So it certainly made the game a little bit stop-start, these injuries. All have been for Southampton so far. One has had to come off injured in Ferry, but then an injury there to Chapachet. His central defensive partner, Ledwidge, picked up a knock as well early on in the game. Eventually, it's forward up towards a halfway line. Still no goals. Right-footed shot, and that was not far off at all from Leshabella. And Leicester's second attempt, and you'd have to say that's the closest they've come so far. It's an excellent run that time from Leshabella. Pulled the trigger. Romeu trying to stop him in his tracks, but in the end he managed to get the shot away. But there was no deflection, and as a result it goes out for a goal kick. So Leicester have come the closest so far on 2 occasions, but that's the best chance of the game so far. Jankovic. Too short for Adams. Forward it comes again. Daly Campbell. Romeu. That was a Saints player on the floor. Jankovic. Southampton win the free kick. Back from Romeu. Jankovic. And Nlundulu. Good tackle in the end from Sam Hughes. Foul on Romeu. Referee plays advantage. So halfway through the first half here then, 0-0, but Leicester have had the best 2 chances, particularly a couple of minutes ago when Leshabella just put it inches wide of the post. And here's Harry Lewis. Bit of a mix-up, but Lewis clears eventually. Apaya. This is an opportunity though, and he's in here and he finishes really, really well. And it's Che Adams. First real opportunity of the game for Southampton, and Adams makes no mistake, as clinical as you like, and it's advantage Southampton. Took it really well, and again it kind of came from nowhere really, that opportunity. And it came just a couple of minutes after that really good shot, which went inches wide of the post for Leicester. But this time the former Birmingham man is there to finish. And Southampton, again, like I say, haven't had a great deal of chances, but that man, Che Adams, when you got him up front, you've got every chance. So really came off his line very quickly indeed, Victor Johansson. And Che Adams will be delighted that he did. Leshabella out for a throw on that left-hand side. So Saints take the lead and buried it into the back of the net in the end. And there is Che Adams. So him and Romeu both starting tonight. And it's Che Adams giving Saints under-23s the lead here. Adams again. Forward it comes. Here's Daly Campbell. Tackle from Chapacha. Inside the first 25 minutes now of this game. Che Adams separating these two sides. Here's goal. So Che Adams, who signed a 5-year deal last summer. After 38 goals in 123 games for Birmingham and getting on the score sheet for the under-23s tonight. Another look at that one. And to be fair, it was all credit to the two senior players. Great through ball there from Romeu. And really well taken, despite the best efforts of defender Ogalumba. In the end, a through ball caught him out, and it's Southampton who take the lead. Callum Wright to take the free kick for Leicester, looking to respond a couple of minutes later. Out to the right, here's Daly Campbell. Callum Wright. Luke Thomas. Another chance here for Leicester. Chipped in, headed across, volleyed away from Romeu. Headed away again, Jankovic. Apaya plays it back, chipped in. This is another opportunity here for Leicester. The 6s and 7s, and the left-footed shots takes a deflection, and it was George Hurst again who had that shot earlier in the game. And Leicester City win the corner. Well, it livens up here. Well, they get the shot away, to be fair. And he's back to goal, managed to turn. And Leicester City win their first corner of the game. First corner full stop here tonight at Staplewood. Adams giving the under-23s a lead for Saints here. Luke Thomas to take the corner. Flicked in, and it creeps in as well. And that is the equaliser for Leicester. So, just a few minutes after Southampton had taken the lead, it's the Foxes who respond. And let's have another look at that one again. Leicester with the equaliser, in with the left foot, and Callum Wright with the final touch. And Leicester City bring it back to 1-1. That lead didn't last long, and Wright just got a faint touch to it in the end, but it was enough to guide it home. And from being 1-0 up, it's now 1-1. I don't think that was quite what he intended with the corner, but it went nicely to Callan Wright. And he got enough on it just to find it nestling into the back of the net. And here is Che Adams now all of a sudden for Southampton. Infield, it's a chance, and Lunderloo, oh, that's because inch wide of the post there. And how close was Dan and Lunderloo from giving Southampton the lead straight away? Great play from Che Adams, referee playing advantage for that earlier tackle. Just tried to guide it in, but it went an inch wide and it stays 1-1. An entertaining evening now here all of a sudden at Staplewood. Took a little while to liven up, but it certainly has now with 2 goals, one for Saints, one for Leicester, both in the space of 5 minutes. Adams for Southampton, Wright for Leicester. Adams. Headed on from Chapachet. Now from Jankovic, throw for Leicester, so half an hour gone. And Saints came mightily close there to regaining the lead. So the game started with 2 attempts, first 20 minutes or 15 minutes, both for Leicester, both going wide of the post. One was saved, in fact, but here's a chance again. This time it's Hurst across to face a goal. And here's Regba. Forward for Maddox, free kick for Southampton. Well, Southampton have won 6 matches since September. If you include the Hampshire Senior Cup, they've also won against Forest in the PL Cup. Wins in the league against Manchester City, AFC Tottenham, and against Wolves here at Staplewood. But here it is 1-1 with Leicester equalising and Leicester forced into a substitution here as well. So on for Daly Campbell is going to come Darragh O'Connor here for Leicester City. So substitution for Leicester. He was on a yellow card as well, but off he comes and Southampton win the free kick. Lewis to take. So we've had 2 substitutions already, one for Southampton, one for Leicester. And I imagine, as we were saying earlier, we can have a fair few minutes of stoppage time to come here. I would guess around 5 minutes in the first half. Foul on Alan Chapachet. The Saints defender actually played it straight at Auxerre, joining the club nearly a year ago. Romeu. Here's Chapachet, back to Romeu. He's fouled, late challenge. Saints win the free kick. So Saints' first goal, it was Romeu and Adams leaking up. But Leicester equalising a few minutes later. Here's Jankovic, forward to Adams. Leicester headed away though. This time it's one back from Maddox. Ledwidge. Capoma back to Ledwidge. Romeu. Jankovic. Romeu. So there's been a slight change now at the back line for Leicester due to that injury. And you've got Luke Thomas moving across to right back now for Leicester. And a substitute, O'Connor, has gone to centre back for Leicester City. Across to the left has gone Alagumba, and out towards the left-hand side. Here come Leicester again. Here's Regba. 3 in the box. And referee blows here. Went into the penalty area for the late challenge, and the referee here has signalled for a penalty. Well, let's have another look at that one again. Into the penalty area, a late tackle, and the referee makes no hesitation. He points to the spot, and it is Leicester have a penalty, and it comes a few minutes after they equalise. So they've got a chance here from the spot from George Hurst to take the lead from a goal down here. It's Hurst on the spot, and takes it really well. And from 1-0 down, Leicester City all of a sudden are 2-1 up. And it's George Hurst who scores. And now Saints have it all to do with 10 to half time. It's Southampton 1, Leicester 2. So straight to the spot. Referee pointed, and there is Hurst who sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. Harry Lewis. And in the end, George Hurst, their top scorer, is the man who takes advantage. So, pointed straight to the spot. Headed on, and now things are going so well for Southampton. Funny how things can change in a space of 10 minutes. It's Leicester who go 2-1 up. Forward it comes now. Saints looking to respond here. Back to the middle of the park. Here's Rabis. Tackle from Romeu. Beats out towards the left here. Here's Adams. Comes off the knee there of the Leicester defender as Vokins tries to win it for Southampton. Here's a Paya. Free kick given to Leicester City. Eight to go to half time. And Saints who took the lead, but now things are going very differently with Leicester City now 2-1 up, equalising and then scoring that penalty for that late tackle in the box. And they took advantage, sending Harry Lewis the wrong way. So Johansson to take the free kick. The Swedish youth international, former Aston Villa goalie, signed for Leicester a couple of years ago. Here we are, Leicester again, flicked on, back towards Lewis, who dives down and is going to try and get Saints moving again. Forward it goes to Nlundulu. It comes off the chest of Dara O'Connor. Jankovic. Callum Wright. Adams. Romeu. Tries to put Jankovic away. Back from Luke Thomas. Third of February, that was Southampton's last league win. That was against Wolves here at the training ground. Only played 2 or 3 games since then though. Back to the goalkeeper. Forward again from Johansson. Good play that time though. Here's Maddox. That's better infield, and Lundaloo. Romeu. Maddox. Ledwidge. Jankovic. Lovely ball. Can Southampton take advantage? Vokins has got Lundaloo in the box. Chipped in. And just too far in the end for Adams. Given away. Just over 5 to half time of normal time. Jankovic. Good ball out to the left. Here's Vokins. Galumba forward. Good tackle, Jankovic. Romeu. Good ball, nearly linked up there again there. Romeu as he tried to put Adams away. It was nearly that combination paying off again. It has resulted in a throw though for Southampton. Enzo Rabis. Another throw for Southampton. So different kind of challenge now for Southampton. This time looking for an equaliser for the first time tonight. Here's Vokins, back to Jankovic. Chapache. Here he is again, back to Harry Lewis. Forward to Ledwidge. Chapache. Jankovic. Aimed up towards Lundaloo. Good play. Adams feeds it through nicely. This is an opportunity if they can finish here. Back from Rabis. Oh, and it's scuffed in the end from Adams. But a great move from Southampton. If only they could have found the finish. It would have been a beautiful team move, but a great move nonetheless. And it was back in the end from Rabis. It was great link-up play involving 4 or 5 Southampton players there, including Adams, but then when it came to the finish, just couldn't quite get the shot on target. Nice scuff wide of the post as he's looking for his brace here tonight already in the first half. Well, deserved a goal really the way that team move came about, but couldn't quite find the bottom corner. Forward from Thomas. Foul on Vokins. Leicester City unbeaten in 4 league matches altogether since a 3-1 defeat to Blackburn back in December. So they're certainly going into this on a good run of form. They have won the title in the past as well, and here they come again, but off the heel of James, Romeu, Jankovic, Callum Wright. Thomas to take the throw. Forward from Ledwidge. Here's Enzo Rabis. Vokins to take the throw. Lundaloo. Rabis with the header. So then to the final minute now of normal time here in the first half. We'll find out very shortly how many minutes of stoppage time we're going to have. Forward it comes that time from Ogalumba. Leicester looking to make things worse here for Southampton, and they might do here. Great run from Ogalumba. He went all the way there, safe from the goalkeeper. Harry Lewis. Decent run nonetheless, just barging his way through that Southampton defence. He came all the way back from his own half and tried to get the shot away, but saved in the end from Harry Lewis in the Southampton goal. Out for a goal kick, came off the foot there of Ali Regba. Leicester leading by 2-1 then. On the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. If you're just tuning in, it was Saints who took the lead. It's Leicester who scored twice, the second time through a penalty. And here's Chapache. Ledwidge. Maddox. Forward from O'Connor. Romeu. Chapache. Rabis. Throw for Leicester City. Luke Thomas to take. Headed away from the Leicester defender, Dara O'Connor. Back to Chapache. Jankovic. So free kick for Southampton. Let's see if they can get a goal now then in stoppage time. Back again. Maybe one last chance before half time. Back again to the left hand side. Here is Chapache. And Leicester headed on. One back for Saints. And this time he goes out of play. Throw for Leicester City on the left-hand side. Throw on the left-hand side then, so into stoppage time now. And a couple of minutes of it. Throw on that left-hand side. And Saints still 2-1 down. And again, it's first real opportunity of the game for Saints when they did take advantage from Adams, but they've created one or two chances since then as well. They've had a couple of good opportunities to equalise. Alundulu out towards the edge of the penalty area. Here's Adams. Adams plays it back. In with the left foot. This time it's Jankovic with the cross, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. And Victor Janssen will take his time before kicking this long after 3 minutes of stoppage time. Victor Janssen, the 21-year-old, certainly looks he's got a lot of experience there. Now out towards the left, infield, edge of the penalty area. Jankovic wins a tackle. Here is Thomas. Callum Wright. One back though, and Rabis straight at the Leicester player. Here's Matt James. Off the back of Jankovic. Forward it comes, and now Saints looking to get away with that ball, and they do eventually with Maddox. James. Real opportunity here. Save from Lewis. Appiah racing through. Excellent goalkeeping though, nonetheless. Really sorted the situation well in the end, and he had to time that perfectly. Otherwise, he was going to slot it under him and make it 3-1. Romeu out to the right. Maddox. Edwidge back to Romeu. Romeu, Lundulu, can he get there first? He does well too. Adams, lovely ball. Can he provide the assist? It's back to Rabis, and just couldn't quite find Lundulu. And the referee calls time on the first half then, after 5 minutes of stoppage time. Southampton, things were going so well thanks to that man who had given Southampton the lead, but now they have it all to do in the second half. Let's see if Saints can do that after the interval on what took a little while to liven up, but once that first goal went in, it certainly did exactly that. But it's Leicester coming from a goal down to lead at half-time by 2-1. Well, that man, Harry Lewis, has made some decent saves in that Southampton goal, but this was how that first goal came about. The two most experienced players in the team fed through from Romeu. Adams did the rest. And from that point, it looked like Southampton might even go on and get another goal. Looked like they grew in confidence, but only took a few minutes for Leicester to respond. It was this corner in from this near side. The final touch came from Callum Wright, and it was enough to guide it home into the back of the net. That was 1-1. And after that, Leicester City kind of went from strength to strength. Here's that goal again for Southampton, who took the lead from Che Adams, but then Leicester City equalising and then making it 2-1. And here was the penalty. Referee pointing straight to the spot, and as a result, Leicester City taking advantage, and it was the striker George Hurst who did the rest, confidently stepping up and guiding it home and sending Harry Lewis the wrong way. And that is how things stay at half-time. Leicester City had a chance just before half-time to try and make it 3-1, but it was thanks to Harry Lewis that stopped them from doing exactly that, racing out of his own penalty area. But Leicester City, at the moment, heading for 3 points. Obviously, a long, long way to go. Live second-half commentary to come on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. But at the interval, it is Southampton 1, Leicester City 2. And welcome back to Staplewood, where at half-time it's Leicester who lead by 2-1. Saints taking the lead through that man Che Adams, but all the goals came in the space of just over 10 minutes. This is how Southampton took the lead, a slip on the edge of the penalty area, and Adams did the rest after a through ball from Romeu. But that lead only lasted a few minutes. This was a few minutes later. Leicester City with a good corner in from the near side, a final touch. In the end, it was enough to find the back of the net. It was right with the equaliser. And then for that tackle inside the box, the referee pointing to the spot, and Leicester City taking advantage from the striker Hurst, who in the end sending Harry Lewis the wrong way. So Leicester City going into the break 2-1 up. They've been on a real good run of form. They've won a lot more than they've lost, that's for sure. But Leicester City go into the break 2-1 up. The second half is imminent. It's under 23s football. We're here from the Staplewood Southampton training ground. Very good evening, Ummy and Wilding. And because of the stoppage time we had in the first half, we are going to get this second half underway at 7 minutes past 8 here after this 7 o'clock kickoff. We're live on the Facebook page and YouTube channel, the official Saints pages and channels. And it's up towards the halfway line with Romeu looking to get that instant impact here in the second half. And it's up towards Chapachet in the Southampton defence. So Saints were forced into a change at half-time. And that was due to an injury. And that was to Will Ferry after a late tackle from J.D. Campbell, who came off himself about 15 minutes later. So Southampton did make that change in the first half. So it's Harry Lewis in goal, a back four of Kapoma, Ledridge, Chapachet and Vokins. A midfield four of Maddox and Rabis out wide. Romeu and Jankovic in the middle, and Alundaloo up front with Che Adams. The other subs then for Saints are Bailey, goalkeeper Tommy Scott, Keggs Chalk and winger Nathan Teller. Leicester also made that change, as I say, at half-time. They've got Johansson in goal, a back four of Thomas, Hughes, Ogalemba and O'Connor. Leshabello and James in the middle. Apaya, Wright and Regba playing just off Hurst. They're substitutes that haven't been used yet. Stolaric, T, Shade and Dukuwu. And here are Southampton in possession again. Maddox ball takes a deflection up to the halfway line. Here's Adams. Enzo Rabis. Still Rabis. Still going. Corner kick given. Good run. Looking to put the ball in the box there, but three in the penalty area, just couldn't find the cross. But they do have a corner kick here, Southampton. So the first 2 minutes of the second half. And it's going to be Enzo Rabis to take the corner. So, crowd of players in there waiting for it. Can they bring it back to 2-2? Away it goes, not once but twice. Cleared that time from Apaya. And it comes back again to Ledwidge for Southampton. Cleared past the halfway line. Ledwidge. One back from Matt James. Out to the right-hand side from Leshabella. Apaya. Jankovic. Deals with it for Southampton. The former Servette man. Up towards the halfway line again. This time it's out of play. And the ball out to the right from Darragh O'Connor. Puts it out for a throw for Saints. So Southampton have lost their last two matches. Those are both in the PL Cup. That was against Bournemouth 3-2, 4-1 against Stoke, but looking to return to winning ways tonight. What a statement of intent it would be if Saints could come back and win this game tonight against a very, very strong looking Leicester side. Plays a 1-2 here, up towards Kapoma. Romeu. Cameron Ledwidge. Aimed up towards Alundaloo. Romeu. Back to Ledwidge, and Ledwidge plays it back to Lewis in the Southampton goal. So 2-1 Leicester lead. Enzo Rabis. Jankovic. Here he is again. Ball from Vokins. One back from Sam Hughes. Bregba. Tackle on Ogalumba. Leicester win the throw. So 5 minutes gone in the second half. Here's a throw which Kapoma will take for Southampton. Young fullback. Here is Romeu. Ledwidge gives it away. Foul on Jankovic, and Southampton win the free kick again. Saints in 11th in the table, as we were saying in the first half. Looking to start to climb the table here with only 6 games left, including tonight. Out to the left it comes. 2 more home games to come. In towards Che Adams and into the goalkeeper's arms. Yeah, Arsenal and Spurs, both to come to Southampton under 23 still. Into the arms there of Victor Johansson, who's not really had a great deal to do in that Leicester goal so far. Has picked the ball out the net though after that decent Che Adams finish in the first half. Back it goes. Ball back from Ledwidge, forward from Lewis. Romeu. Excellent play there from James. And James forward, Epire, and it's one back from Jankovic. Forward again, out to the right to Epire once more. Throw for Leicester. They're looking to push Southampton further back there over on that right-hand side. They've got another throw. As well as the league, they've also done very well in the Premier International Cup. Leicester City this season, beating Villarreal and Zagreb along the way. 1-9, drawn 5 and lost 3 of their league matches so far this season. Out from right. Misplaced ball, and it goes back to Harry Lewis, who again has really benefited from that experience north of the border last season. Harry Lewis, when he was on loan at Dundee United. Goalie who joined Shrewsbury now 5 years ago. This time's the flag's up. So linesman raises his flag. And Victor Johansson to take the free kick. Delivers it long. Here's Kapoma. And it's given away, and this time it's a throw for Southampton. Pascal Capoma. Well, it was given away slightly needlessly there, so all of a sudden it's a throw for Leicester City. And it's a throw which is going to be taken from Ogalumba, who's made a couple of good surging runs to the edge of the penalty area in the first half. So it's a free kick. And Southampton can regroup for now. So 10 gone in the second half, and at the moment it is a throw, I should say, for Southampton. Back to the left edge of the penalty area. Here they are again. Here's Regba. Cleared up to the halfway line. Here's Adams for Southampton looking to get on the breakaway here. Up towards Lundaloo. So another throw for Southampton. So Saints looking to move their way out their own half there. It's very scrappy on that left-hand side for a couple of minutes there. Difficult to get it out of that area, but eventually Southampton have done exactly that, with 10 gone in the second half. Capoma with the throw. Good play there from Chapachet to clear for Southampton. Push on Jankovic. Romeu forward to Jankovic. Chapachet. One back, here is Matt James, and given away, and it's another throw for Saints over on that far left-hand side. So Saints, like I say, looking to get back to winning ways tonight, but 2-1 down. They did lead by a goal to nil. Saints with a couple of goals, or Leicester with a couple of goals, I should say, in the space of 10 minutes, turning this game on its head. As Leicester themselves unbeaten in 3 games in all competitions. They picked up a really good win at home to Spurs, won 3-2. Hurst scored twice for them then. White was also on the score sheet. One back there from Romeu for Southampton. Forward it comes. Decent ball. If Lundaloo can get there, he can. Just got to race into the penalty area now. Good play. Can he find the cross? He can't. Does come off a Leicester player though, and Southampton do win a corner kick. So a corner for Southampton, and pretty much the vast majority inside the penalty area, including Capoma there, who's on that edge of the penalty area. So too is Rabis and that man Che Adams. So can Southampton take advantage here? Try and force an equaliser. It's in from Vokins, and it's not a bad ball, but it's good goalkeeping there. And Victor Johansson commands his area very well indeed. So the scores remain the same, and Johansson, long ball forward up towards the left. Aimed up towards Hurst. Southampton win it back, but here come Leicester again. Here's Leshabella. Regba. Right. Heavy touch from Ogalumba. So for Saints. Headed on for Mugalumba. Reese gives it away. Hurst looking to get his second goal of the game, just like he did in last match, but Saints still with it that time. Back to Callum Wright, and it's given away. A few sloppy passes in the second half. It's given out for a throw. So, David Horseman at Saints, who's led the club since Ruddy Jahidi moved over to the US as part of a secondment, looking to inspire his side here to an equaliser. Adams back again. Here's Maddox. Maddox into Lundaloo. Just about wins the header, but Leicester clear. Caused a few problems that cross, but Leicester have defended really well tonight, to be fair to them. Here they come again. Good tackle, very well timed. Terrific play there from Chapacha. Excellent defending. Romeu. Adams. Can he provide the finish? He's got Lundaloo. Just angle. Got him away from the penalty area there. And Lundaloo. Here he is again. He's still going, but again just got away from him. Leicester clear, and it's out for another throw for Southampton. So an hour gone, just over, and still no goals so far in the second half. All the goals came in the first half, and it's Kapoma to take the throw for Southampton. Here he is again, and it's back again towards Jacob Maddox, and Maddox plays it back to Ledwidge. Ledwidge to Romeu. Romeu back to Chapachet. Cameron Ledwidge. Romeu. Chapachet out of play. Throw for the Foxes. So Saints have half an hour plus stoppage time to try and force an equaliser here. There's been no substitutions in the second half for either side. There was one each in the first. Both enforced. Here's Adams. Enzo Rabis. In the end, out of frustration, really, I think, getting away from him, pushes his man. And Leicester City win the free kick. So we can have no real complaints again about that one. Enzo Rabis, former Stade Rem winger, can play either side, but again there's an option there where he can switch during the game with Jacob Maddox, but playing out on that left generally tonight. Free kick. Johansson delivers it long. Headed out to the right that time from Callum Wright, but out for a throw for Saints. At the moment, Leicester looking fairly comfortable, but again, they were looking pretty solid up until that point when Saints took the lead from Adams, so just needs that little bit of magic from somewhere. Here's Jankovic. Under 23s football tonight. Saints back on home soil after a number of games away from home. Here's Ledwidge. Across to Jankovic. It's over the head in the end of Thomas, but he just about got a touch to it. It's out for a throw for Southampton over on that left-hand side. Romeu. Cameron Ledwidge. Forward to Jankovic. Romeu. Romeu. Adams. Kapoma. And Forced back to Ledwidge. From Mayu. Jankovic. Cleared in the end from Ogalumba. Leshabella gives it away and out to the left from Vokins. Here's Rabis. And he's played well there, Luke Thomas. Started out left back but switched to right back after that earlier injury to Daly Campbell, who came off after half an hour, and he's slotted one in that right back position. But can Saints test Leicester here? Let's see if they can. Jankovic, Lunlundalu. Kapoma. Lundalu. Jankovic. Here he is, and Lundalu tries to win the ball again, but again pushes his man in frustration. Free kick given. 20 minutes gone in the second half. Still looking for that second half breakthrough, Saints. Trailing by 2-1. And there have been 2 or 3 of those incidents from different Southampton players, I think, out of frustration when the ball does get away from them. This time it's Lundalu who pushes his man on the floor, and Leicester win the free kick, which Johansson takes. Came off the foot of Kapoma. Adams. Foul there as he tried to put Enzo Rabis away. Wins the free kick for Saints under 23s now. Decent ball here. Now can Southampton capitalise? Here's Rabis. Vokins. And Romeo's header out for a goal kick. Well, a tough run of fixtures to come for Southampton. They've got Brighton away in 2 weeks' time. That's the next game. And then matches, as I say earlier on, against Arsenal and Spurs at home, all to come in the PL2. But it's Leicester here who have a 2-1 lead as we're approaching the halfway point of the second half. Cleared from Chapachet. Again, the likes of Chapachet, Ledwidge, Kapoma, they've all players who've come up from the under 18s, and they're starting to build a real understanding at the back there. Jake Vokins, the most experienced of that back line tonight. But here come Leicester again, out for another throw. So Saints have half of the second half plus stoppage time to get an equaliser here. Not been a great deal of chances for either side here since half-time. None really spring to mind. It was the first half which certainly was the more fast-paced. Certainly since Saints took the lead, it's certainly livened up. But at the moment, Leicester certainly playing into their hands at the moment. They'll be delighted with this at the moment. Infield it goes, given away. One back from Southampton. Here's Maddox. Jay Adams, who scored one tonight, looking for the assist, but the tackle comes in. It's well timed. And here's Thomas again, after Sam Hughes' challenge. One back from Romeu, though. And again, Maddox forward that time. And Lundalu, too far for him. Leicester clear. Only as far as Romeu. Kapoma. And Lundalu. Cameron Ledwidge. One back from Josh Epire. Forward to Matt James. Here he is again down the right, Epire in field. Leshabella. Out of play this time from Kapoma. Another throw for Leicester City. Ogalumba. Throw for Southampton then. Inside the last 20 minutes. Kapoma with a throw up towards Alundaloo. Volleyed forward from Callum Wright. Edge of the penalty area. This is an opportunity. And a late tackle. Just clipped his heels on the edge of the box there from Romeu. And the referee, I think he knew that was coming. Free kick given, so just clipped the heels. It was Romeu with a tackle. And now Leicester City looking to try and seal this game here with 20 minutes to go. They lead 2-1. Again, very, very dangerous indeed. So Romeu with a foul. And like I say, Hurst, who can certainly hit them, is going to hit one from just over 20 yards from goal by the looks of things. Already scored one penalty. That gave Leicester the lead after that equaliser. So, dangerous. Southampton form that four-man wall. It is going to be George Hurst. Like I say, chances have been few and far between in this second half, but Leicester have got a real opportunity here. And it is Hurst, and it wasn't too far away either. It forced a good save from Harry Lewis, and it's out for a corner kick. Well, he hit it so well. And it was a terrific tip over the crossbar. Just about got a touch to it as it dipped over the wall. And just about got a touch to it. Did terrifically well there to rise high and get a touch to it. So, corner kick. Again, they scored with a corner earlier on. They nearly scored from one there. It was a fairly similar position, but Saints get it away that time. And it's forced all the way back to the halfway line. Luke Thomas plays it back to Johansson. So, relief for Southampton then, that Harry Lewis was so focused in goal there to tip it behind, sorted the situation well. And that's been by far the best chance of the second half so far. And it's come for Leicester City. Ogalumba with a throw. Headed on from Kapoma. This time there's a foul and Southampton win a free kick. Last 18 minutes then of normal time here in this match. Still far from over here at 2-1. Leicester, again, like I say, have not really created that much, but neither has Southampton in the second half. Out to the right, here's Kapoma. Forward to Regba. Romeu. O'Connor. Forward from Johansson. Can they get enough on that? They do, just about. Good defending well. He's played well tonight, Chapachet. Gets enough on it. Heads it back towards Lewis. Saints in a hurry here. Can Adams get there? Can he win the free kick? Yes, he does. For a foul from Sam Hughes. And again, gives away a free kick this time. Sam Hughes. He's actually played well at the back for Leicester tonight as well, but that was certainly a free kick. Sam Hughes, who actually had a loan spell at Salford in the National League last season. Got a free kick given. We've had a lot of stoppage in the first half. We haven't had a great deal in the second, mind you. And we've had no substitutions, but We can have a little bit here. So you just receive some treatment over on that far side. Last quarter an hour we're nearly heading into here at Staplewood. Let's have another look at that goal for Southampton, which seems like quite a long time ago now, as it was fed through. Bit of an error at the Leicester defence, but Che Adams is always going to take advantage from that position. And all these goals came in the first half. They were only in front for a few minutes though, and Leicester, credit to them, responding pretty much straight away from Callum Wright with a finish. And then not long after that, Leicester, from a goal down, went 2-1 up, and it was a decent finish, to be fair, from the penalty spot. Callum Wright scoring the first, George Hurst scoring the second, and Che Adams is about to come back onto the pitch. Last quarter of an hour as Southampton, we saw those goals there a second ago. Southampton looking to build on those goals here by getting another one themselves. And it's going to be delivered in at pace, I'd have thought. In towards the back post, and always at 6s and 7s here, the goalkeeper. Oh, the free kick's given though. And here will be a relieved man there, Victor Johansson. As a result, Leicester City continue to lead here by 2-1. Deep ball into the back post. And in the end, free kick given, but it was a late decision to blow the whistle, and Johansson still receiving a little bit of treatment down there himself, or he's back onto his feet now, but it was into the 6-yard box. And eventually the referee saw something in the penalty area he didn't like, so a free kick was given. Referee Paul Howard. So 2-1 they lead still. I was saying we haven't had too much stoppage time at all. Or we haven't had much stoppage, or we've had 2 incidents there in a very short space of time. And we're into the last 14 minutes here at Staplewood. Like I say, not a great deal of chances here for either side. The best chance coming for Leicester, it's in the second half. This is a free kick on the edge of the penalty area from George Hurst, who hit it really well. Tipped behind from Harry Lewis, but that's been the only major opportunity really in the second half. I think Leicester's game plan to see the game out is working for them so far. Last match for them away from home, they actually drew at Chelsea 2-2, Leicester City. Whereas Southampton have 15 points from 17 matches in the PL2 Division 1 so far this season. So we're going to get this game going again now then, and it's Victor Johansson delivers it long. Ogalumba. Hurst. Good tackle. Tackle's flying in now. But Leicester into the penalty area. No penalty given. The referee was close to it, to be fair. In field, here is Adams. Ledwidge. Adams. Foul, free kick. It's got a little bit scrappy. It has got very scrappy here in the second half. Lots of free kicks. And this time it's a free kick for Leicester City. You say the best real action was probably between minutes 15 and 40 here in the first half, where it was a fair few opportunities for both sides. It got lively, but the second half has slowed down quite significantly. A free kick for Leicester, which Victor Johansson will take. Forward to Regba. Volley forward to the halfway line and Underloop. Decent ball out to the left, that is. Here's Hurst. Hurst, still Hurst. Oh, it's at the angle. It would nearly found its way to the back of the net. Tried to find the corner, and that would have been spectacular if he had done. He had space to run into the penalty area. Put it round Kapoma. Try to curl it into the bottom corner. Fortunately for Saints, it goes wide. And a substitution for Southampton as it goes an inch wide of the post in the end. The substitute is coming off. So Rabis, who came on in the first half, is substituted himself, and on comes Nathan Teller. So the substitute is substituted. Goal kick. Well, the Leicester coaching staff certainly giving their players clear instructions from the touchline. Try and tighten things up at the back. Now here are Saints. Here is Teller. Here's Jacob Maddox. Leicester have it again with Lesha Bella, who was actually in the Carabao Cup squad for the Leicester senior side against Southampton last season, Lesha Bella. But here come Leicester again. Hurst. Another opportunity, and it's claimed well from Lewis. Shot from Josh Appiah and save from Harry Lewis. Last 10 minutes. Here's Chapache. Infield to the centre circle. Jankovic. Callum Wright. Kapoma. Ledwidge. And the Irishman across to the left-hand side. Here's Chapache. Here he is again. Romeu. Jankovic to Romeu. Push again on Kania Leshabella. Here's Leshabella. Good run from him, looks for the finish. Good defending in the end. It's that match of Patchett again with a tackle. Another corner kick for Leicester City though. Last 7 minutes here as it's off the back of him and out for another corner kick, this time for the away side. It's 4 in the box for Leicester. They've not got too many in there. A couple coming forward though, including the 2 centre-backs, Ogalumba and Hughes. Another corner kick on this near side, which Callum Wright, who actually scored from the corner inside the 6-yard box in the first half, is the man who's going to try and provide here. To the back post, it could go absolutely anywhere, and it's off the Saints' head and out for another corner for Leicester City. Into the mixer there. And a corner given instead of a goal kick. So a corner on the far side, which is going to be taken again this time from Luke Thomas, who's taken a fair few of their corners already here tonight. So Hughes in there, Ugalumba and George Hurst. James. Vokins with a throw. Still all the goals coming in the first half here. Throw to Southampton. Try and get it outside their own half as quickly as they can. Adams is... and Lundaloo just looking for that service here in the second half. Adams got it in the first and he absolutely capitalised. Tries to win it there, but Leicester head clear. Jankovic. Decent play out to the right to Kapoma. It was Teller with a pass. And maybe Saints can have an opportunity here. It's a free kick. As we head into the final 5 minutes of normal time here. Romeu. Jankovic. Romeu. Cameron Ledwidge. Here's Romeu. Lundaloo. Throw for Southampton. Kapoma with a throw. One back from right. Decent tackle again from Chapachet. It was Regbu who came in field. Certainly been that star man for Southampton tonight, it seems, at the back there. Here's Vokins. Here's Alex Jankovic. Teller. Jankovic. Aimed up towards Lundaloo. Jankovic again. Chance here, and Maddox is pushed, and this could be very interesting. So a free kick for Saints. And we're into the final 3 minutes now of normal time. And a push there in the end of Maddox, and Southampton win a free kick in a very dangerous position. Well, in exactly the same position as Leicester had about 10 minutes ago. And it could be a left footer from Vokins, or it could be a right footer from Jacob Maddox. And if they can deliver a free kick just as good as George Hurst did, which forced a terrific save from Harry Lewis, then you never know. 2-1, Saints trail, massive opportunity to get an equaliser here. And it is Vokins, it's off the wall, and the volley right off the post. What a hit that was at pace. Well, what a goal that would have been. Hit like a bullet towards the bottom corner. And Adams there, well, what a story that would have been. It was a 100-mile-an-hour strike. It was off Vokins, off the wall. And then Adams with the strike. And what an opportunity. Well, how fast did he hit that? It came off Vokins and off the post. How unlucky was that? And with a strike like that, at that pace, heading towards the bottom corner, hit the post in the end. Well, it certainly deserved a goal. But kept out in the end as he was going for his second goal of the night, and he certainly deserved it there with that strike. But still 2-1 to Leicester. Here's Chapachet towards the right-hand side. Here's Ledwidge. Jankovic. Jacob Maddox. Vokins this time does win a free kick again. Can Saints deliver a decent ball into the penalty area here and cause Leicester problems in the final couple of minutes of normal time? Can they rescue a point here? Vokins to take the free kick. So Jankovic is in there and Chapachet. It's a deep ball into the penalty area. It's Chapachet with a header. And Saints can't keep it in play. And it's a shame. The big build-up, but they couldn't quite find the finish there. Again, deep ball into the penalty area, asking questions. Chapachet headed it in. Despite Che Adams' best efforts, couldn't keep it in play. And he goes out for a goal kick instead. Well, score with a lovely finish in the first half, but had that have nestled into the back of the net, well, that would have absolutely been the goal of the night by quite some distance there for Che Adams. I think he can't quite believe it stayed out. Leicester about to bring on Connor T, and Leicester have it now with Sam Hughes. Jankovic, Vokins. Appeals for handball. Referee has none of it. And here come Leicester City again here on the breakaway. Hurst looks to seal it for the away side. Gives it away and Romeo's there for Southampton. So free kick for Leicester City, and that's exactly what the away side want at this stage of the game. And on for Leicester City is going to come Connor T, and it's Josh Appiah who's going to come off, but has to have another look at this again. Well, big appeals, but nothing given. And again, so it's Vokins with the cross. It's the other angle. The referee, again, was just a few yards away from it, but didn't look like he was going to signal at all for a penalty there, which he didn't do. And Leicester City eventually forced into this substitution. Eventually Connor T is coming on and Appiah comes off, and it's going to be Callum Wright to take the free kick. So Hurst, corner flag time at the moment for Leicester City, and they have it where they want it again. It's a throw deep inside Southampton's half. Another throw on this left hand side. So then can Southampton get this ball forward quickly? Last chance saloon for Saints. Really is the final throw of the dice. Here is Jankovic. Here's Nathan Teller. Romeu. And Romeu headed away. Volleyed forward from Callum Wright. Like I say, the chances have been few and far between, really. Continue to be the case in the second half, but here come Leicester again. And can he finish? No, he can't, but not for the want of trying there from Leshabala. Couldn't quite dip down enough, though, that ball, and it rolls out in the end for a goal kick. Again, Regba looking to make an assist there. He's certainly been in edge of the penalty area, causing some problems for Leicester in the second half and in the first half. Here's substitute Connor T. And he'll just look to see the game out here over in that corner. Throw to Leicester And it's that man who's got Leicester City's second goal, which it looks like is going to be enough to send Leicester back to the East Midlands with 3 points here tonight. And he came mightily close to getting a second from the free kick on the edge of the penalty area, which was tipped behind from Harry Lewis in the second half. And he's had the best chance of the second half for Leicester. Che Adams had Southampton's best opportunity when he hit it 100 miles an hour off the post. Oh, messing around with it here, and Leicester could take advantage. And they certainly do. Managed to find its way into the bottom corner in the end. And it certainly is Leicester heading back with 3 points. It was Romeu who played it across. Chapachet went under his foot. And in the end, it is Southampton who, unfortunately, getting nothing from this game. And that was the last kick of the game as well. Finished really well into the bottom corner, just to rub salt into the wounds. There's the whistle. It's Leicester City who come back from Staplewood with all 3 points. They've won this game by 3-1. Well, it wasn't really a very eventful second half. The first half was where the most of the action came, but Leicester City sealing it right at the death in the end, which was quite cruel in the end on Southampton. But as it is, Leicester, who looks so strong, in the end, once again, certainly getting used to winning. They've won another game here tonight, whereas Southampton will look to bounce back with matches against Brighton away in 2 weeks, then Arsenal and Spurs at home. But unfortunately for Southampton, it is no points tonight for the under-23s here at Staplewood. That man Romeu playing all 90 minutes. So here's how things started for Southampton with that goal. In the end, it was Southampton's only goal of the night. It was Che Adams, took it really well underneath the goalkeeper. And again, that lead didn't last long though, only lasted for a few minutes before Leicester City getting an equaliser. Corner in for the near post. A faint touch from right was enough to find the back of the net. And a few minutes later, things got worse for Southampton. Foul for Maddox and better for Leicester. And it was Hurst who was a real nuisance up front, caused Southampton problems. In the end, finding the back of the net made it 2-1. And then Southampton did a little bit to try and respond in the second half. That was into the penalty area, went Rabis, nothing given. And then this is a free kick on the edge of the penalty area, this time from Hurst. And looked like sealing it, but it's a fantastic save in the end from goalkeeper Harry Lewis, tipping it behind and out for a corner kick. And this is Southampton's best chance of the second half by a country mile. Hit with so much pace from Che Adams, looking for his brace, but couldn't find the bottom corner. But as it was Leicester City who took advantage right at the death. So T with a finish, and Leicester City get the job done. But Southampton, unfortunately, going pointless tonight against a Leicester City side who did look very, very strong indeed. So thanks very much for watching tonight, whether you've watched on the official Southampton page, Facebook page or YouTube channel. Southampton in the end lose by 3-1. Like I say, Brighton to come, then Arsenal and Spurs at home, all in the PL2. But Southampton coming away from Staplewood empty-handed tonight. Full time, Southampton under-23s 1, Leicester 3.